Makeup&Beauty, and I hope you all are doing good. In today's video, I'm going to do a pink smoky eye look. You can wear this look with any Indian dress to any Indian party, any Indian function. So yeah, let's begin. I've already moisturized my face and I have lip balm on. I'll start with the primer. I'm using Lakme Absolute Blur Perfect Makeup Primer. I really love using this primer. This gives the smoothest skin. Moving on to the foundation, I'm going to use L'Oreal Paris in Polyable 24-Hour Foundation. This one is in the shade 150. I'm using my damp beauty sponge by Real Technique to apply my foundation. Don't forget the neck and ears. For my brows, I'm using a new product. I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. So first of all, I'm going to brush my brow hair upwards. I'm really excited to try this out. So excited. I'm just going to dip my brush into the pomade and wipe off the excess product. And then I'm going to fill in my gaps. My brow gaps. Wow, I love this product. This is really good. And as you all know, I am a fan of my Nashio Brow Kit, but I really like this product. This gives a really nice hold to the brow hair as well. For my initial part, I'm going to draw fake hair like so. And then I'm going to use my spoolie brush to brush my brow hair so that everything is evenly distributed. This is so good. It's so pigmented and it holds the brow hair as well. Moving on to the eye makeup, I'm going to prime my lids using NYX eyeshadow base. This will prevent creasing and this will also intensify the shadow color. Then I'm going to apply tape onto the outer corner of my eyes. Now if you notice, I have left some gap between my lower waterline and my tape. I'll fill it in with gold later on. So first of all, I'm going to apply this Color Essence Pearl Effect eyeshadow. This one is in the shade Plum Pink. So I'll apply it all over my lids. This will give a really nice base to my lid. And I'll not apply much product towards the outer corner. I'm just going to concentrate more towards the center part and towards the initial part. Now I'm going to use a kohl pencil. I'm using Plum Angel Eye Kohl Kajal. You can use any kohl kajal that you have. And I'm going to line my lower waterline. Only this much. And then I'm going to line my upper lids. Only this much. And I'm going to stretch it out like so. I've kind of created an inverted triangle there, and then I'm going to use a sponge brush and I'm going to smudge it out. Now once I'm done with that, I'm using my Makeup Revolution Redemption palette as a Bright. And I'm using this matte black shade right here, taking it onto a flat brush and applying it onto the part where we have applied our kohl pencil. And gently blending everything. Now this may look a little messy, but we'll blend everything nicely. Then I'm using this orange shade right here. Using this orange shade as transition shade and creating a nice crease there. Next I'm going to use this pink shade and apply it onto the center part of my lids like this. I'm gently blending it into the black shade. make sure you don't go totally into the black shade. You just want to merge the two shades nicely. Leave the initial part, we'll apply highlighting shade there. The same thing to other eye. I'll run that same brush which I used to create the transition again, so that everything looks good. Next I'm going to take my matte Mineralize Skinfinish Lightscapade powder and apply it onto the inner parts of my eyes to make it shine. Then I'm going to line my eyes using my L'Oreal Paris, what is this? Super Liner Perfect Slim. I'm going to peel off the tape. Next we are going to do our under eye makeup. For that I'm using a small brush and dipping it into the pink shade, and we are going to apply it under our eye, not on the waterline. Then I'm using my Plum Nature Studio Kohl pencil and applying it onto my lower and upper waterline. Then I'm going to use that same brush and dip it into the black shade like this, just a tiny little bit, and rub it just under the kohl liner that we applied, so that the look is not harsh and the kohl look diffused. Once we're done with that, I'm curling my lashes using my Vega eyelash curler, and I'm going to coat them with my L'Oreal Butterfly Mascara. Not going to do that on the lower lashes, because before that I'll highlight my under eye area and apply some concealer there. I'm going to apply some fake lashes. These one are by Ardell, and I'm using Ardell Duo Lash Glue. These are the Demi Pixies lashes. Now once I've applied the lashes, I'll move on to the concealer and I'll apply it right under my eye like this. I'm not applying it directly under my eye because I don't want crease lines, and onto the areas wherever I want to highlight. Now using my beauty blender, I'll blend everything. Once the concealer is blended, I'll set everything using my NYX finishing powder in the shade Banana. Applying a bit more there. Now moving on to the contour, I am using my Makeup Revolution Ultra Contour palette today because I don't want strong contouring. I just want soft shadows onto my face. So I'm using this brown shade right here and dusting off the excess product and lightly contouring my cheekbones. I want to go for a really light contour look today, so I'm using powder contour and lightly applying it onto the hollows of my cheeks. A little bit onto the sides of my forehead because my forehead is already small, and under my jawline. For my nose, I'm going to use a smaller brush, and using that same powder, I'll contour my nose and just draw a line onto the side of the bridge of my nose and onto the hollows of my eyes like this. And then I'm going to slightly drag down the pigment so that a nice shadow is created, and then that's just my habit, I like to rub my fingers like this so that everything looks blended. And then to clean my contour a little bit, I'm using that same banana shade and applying it right under the contour line. Then I'm going to dust off the excess product from under my eye. Then for highlighting my cheekbones, I'm using MAC Lightscapade Skinfinish and applying it onto my cheekbones. This gives a really nice natural glow. And applying it under my brow bone, onto the bridge of my nose. This will slim down my nose a bit. For my blush, I'm using L'Oreal blush. This is in the shade 02 and I'm applying it onto the apples of my cheek. And then I'm using the same L'Oreal Paris Butterfly Mascara to coat my lower lashes. Moving on to the lips, I'm using Maybelline Color Sensational Lip Liner in the shade 150. This is Stellar Pink, and I'm going to line my lips. This is a really nice pink shade. I'll also contour my lips a bit because I just want to. For that, I'm using Maybelline Color Show Creamy Matte Lip Color in the shade Flaming Fuchsia and applying it onto the outer part of my lips. This is a really nice dark pink shade. This gives a really nice 3D effect to the lips. And then to set everything, I'm using my MAC Prep+Prime spray. And to finish out the Indian look, I'll apply a bindi. And I'll wear some jhumkis. And this is the finished look. I really hope you enjoyed watching it, and if you do so, please hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel so that we can stay connected. And I'll see you in my next video. Till then, take care. Bye. Brush to apply my Brow pomade.